What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left of the map in the red color, playing as Loki. It's Glycine, his team today. In the green color, playing as Kronos, is Mariano. And we also have Bubs playing as Odin in the blue color. Their opponents today in the yellow color, playing as Loki. It's Skadi. And his partners today in the teal color, playing as Uranus, is Tornesol. And we also have Shelty playing as Odin in the purple color. This is just a community team game. You know, we've got some really good games going on today on this Wednesday evening or morning, wherever you're at, wherever you're living. It's all good. Map's watering hole. Some really strong players in this game. This player here, Glycine, he's been playing really well. I've played a lot of games with him recently, and he always does quite well. He's got a really strong Norse, knows how to raid really well, and that's kind of the gist behind that one. Obviously, we know Boobez over here, or Bubs. Really, really strong player in general. Super good in team games. Knows exactly what he wants to do. But unfortunately, we've got a little bit of the pause action. Someone's internet not going too well. It's been happening a little bit. I feel like it's not actually someone's internet that's freezing up. It's Voobly a little bit, but I could be wrong with that one. So anyways, and obviously we know Skadi and we know Shelty, both really strong Dodd players. I don't know a lot about Tornesol, but he's 1750 plus in the 1v1s. So obviously a strong player in his own right. So it should be a good game. Got some relics over here. Oh, Black Lotus. You love seeing this relic because it's 10% extra gather rate on the farms, which doesn't look like a lot. But when you think about it, you're going to be gathering food on your farms for the longest period in the game over everything else. So therefore, getting the Black Lotus is going to be like the best economic relic you can possibly get. Hey, thank you so much for the 2 months, Larisley. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're enjoying the content. What else have we seen so far? We've got a relic over here, Anvil of Hephaestus. Another incredibly good relic. You have to pick that up 100% of the time, every single time. And it's unfortunate, Shelty's Odin. I love seeing the Anvil of Hephaestus as well as Thor. You give that to the Thor player, their upgrades on the armory become so absolutely ridiculously cheap. But Odin, it's just going to be nice. It's kind of like Odin gets that Thor buff, because Thor gets 10% off on the armory anyway. So this relic basically makes you Thor with the Odin buffs. So very, very good indeed. All you need after that is a relic that reduces your dwarves by 10%, and you'd be there. Or almost there. Yes, I got another relic over here. The first crummy relic, Pandora's box. Probably don't see that one very often, but Skadi is Loki, so it may be worthwhile to pick up just for when you hit heroic age and want to spam out those battle balls. They'll come out a little bit faster. You don't have to build them from 2 temples. It can be a little bit easier. Doesn't have that much of an impact on the game though. I think this will be an interesting game just because of the god picks. They're all super aggressive gods, and they can all help out each other quite nicely. You've got the Lokis, the Odins, and the Uranus/Atlantean. So what we can expect to see here from the Kronos player, or at least we should be expecting to see this, is what you want to do is you want to time shift your temple forward somewhere. So you get the Promethean out early so you can attack something. Otherwise, you've got this useless myth unit that's really slow. You have to delete it and you have to run it all the way across the map. So you just time shift your temple forward, and let it pop out. You can stay there if you want, or you can time shift back again. Time shift only like 5 wood or something, so it's really, really good. And when we were going to see some standard Uranus play here, it's looking like no fast town centers. In the lower level team games, we see a lot of second town center grabbing happening, but in the more like higher level games, generally speaking, we see people be a lot more aggressive in team games because you can get a lot more done with the aggression than the booming. You can kill a player very, very easily. So That's the gist. Ertree's asking about the channel points. There are two options for channel points in the 10K region. You have record a game selection, so you can pick a game of 1800 plus or more, or you can pick a review game of yourself where I can review your game and tell you what you're doing wrong. And we do have Scardy spotting Mariano's temple here as the oracle's coming in. He doesn't have focus. A big upgrade for these oracles is grabbing the focus. It's 50 wood, 2 favor, and it gives the oracles 10% extra damage, 10% extra, I think it's a move speed as well, and 10% extra HP. Let me see what it is. Oracle move speed. Yeah, or 20% extra oracle move speed. Nothing to do with damage or anything else. I tell a lie. I thought it was something else, but obviously not. So this temple's going to get taken down. He definitely should have let that one go as soon as possible there, but this is going to be close to getting picked off, if not 100% getting picked off. Looks like the Ursa's running away though. He's going to let that one go. Could have picked it off, and we do see Mariano on the top of the hunt while this is going on, pushing Scardy back. And all that good stuff. And Shelty, on the other hand, just throwing up walls everywhere, playing nice and safe, while Mariano causing some chaos up here. But the Ursa over here, he's going to be able to pick these units off and then get his villagers back to gathering food. Mariano should probably just leave here at this point. These Promethean officers can get 1 hit, basically, or 2 hit, basically. They do get 2 hit by a Ursa. It gives a lot of favor because it's the extra bonus damage as well. So you never want to let those get touched there. Bubez has grabbed his own second town center behind this, so there's been a bit of a fake rush here from Mariano, very standard, and we're seeing Shelty see this one here as the Valkyrie comes over, and there's going to be not a lot over here that Mariano can use to defend against this one, so he will have to Alt-S this and start garrisoning into this manor or something like that. We'll see if that's what he does, but I'm going to try and get this town center up as fast as he can. Jump the citizen when he's low HP, get those heroes over here to force the Valkyrie away. There we go. Going to be garrisoning that one. Force the Valkyrie away, get the villagers back on there. He's going to be totally fine. At least he should be going to try and snipe a villager there. Shelty being cheeky. And we'll see if he can. Yeah, it's fine. Just get that one up. Going to be fine. We do see Tornesol getting his own town center up. A little bit later than everyone else. He's got a little bit more army. And also an interesting thing here from Scardy, getting his own second town center. And same with Glycine. So, like I said at the start of the game, grabbing 2 town centers as fast as possible is something everybody does all the time in the low-level games. But if everybody does it in the right circumstances, it's very, very strong. So Tornesol is actually going to be very far behind on this one because everyone else has grabbed their town center. And we'll see if he can get some damage dealt. He basically has to hurt Mariano here for him to kind of do anything. Like for him to be okay. I mean, he's not that far behind. It's going to be like a minute. It's probably going to be a minute and a half, 2 minutes of town center production. That's 3 citizens, 9 villages, right? So it's a lot. So he's going to have to really harass someone. There's a citizen here. Doesn't want to go for it. And it's getting pulled back. There is a troll over here from Glycine to help out. And now we've got the Ursa picking off Tornesol's citizen. He cannot be losing citizen at this point, being so far behind on the second town center, and that's absolutely huge. No idea why that citizen was out there. He's got a really nice safe wood pile over here with these manors, and he's got units over here, so this citizen just completely out of position in the wrong, get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. But why are you there? Maybe going for the town center to go 3 town centers here, definitely an option, but I think it's a little bit greedy considering what's going on here, so we'll see what happens. It's the Einayar spawn as well, and now Tornesol going for Glycine while his army is out of here and try and throw up a cheeky wall here. It's going to be they're probably not going to be able to get it up too fast. There we go, let's stop it. And all of this getting pushed away now as Shelty's in here with the Ursa. A little bit of a raid getting pushed back. Bubs gonna be Maybe just running away from this. He does have more speed. Was it 5.28 versus 5.72? So I guess the Skadi Hursa should be able to catch these up, but not happening for some reason. Gets one hit and then they keep running away. Getting a little bit out of position there. You see a nice raid from Skadi onto Bubs while he's focusing over here on his army. A couple of Ulfsark are over here to help out, but he needs to sort this out because if these Hursa get any good myth unit spawn, by good I mean like a Valkyrie or an Iron here, he can just stay in here forever. Maybe even a Troll wouldn't have been bad here because there's no Hursa at all to defend against this. You're going to be getting hit onto the villages as well. There's the Valkyrie going to help out immensely with this push. And there's nothing that that Bubs can do at this point to defend against this one. Nice micro from Skadi as well, pulling the Ulfsark away. The two that are attacking one Hursa there. He's going to pick off the rest of these. No issues. More Ulfsark coming in. The village is going to have to help out or something at this point because the Valkyrie is going to be able to pick everything off here. The Hursa trying to retreat here. Looks like Bubs is going to be okay here. And Tornestol did want to get his own third town center to catch up a little bit, but I think Mariano is sniffing this one out a little bit. I think he knows and he's going to try and come over and prevent this one, but Tornestol is already over here, going to be totally fine. And Skadi getting out of here, he has a transport ship. He has a transport ship. I'm always going to miss those transport ships. Super funny play there. Boo Bears throwing up his own dock. And there is the Bragi coming through. So he actually needs to get Frost as soon as possible right now. Otherwise, he may be under some pressure from the Fleming weapons that's incoming in this spot where all the resources are. This is where all the resources are for Boo Bears. And that's that. You see Shelty over here trying to put some pressure onto Glycine, who's hurting for some reason as he's going through Bragi. I think he's totally fine. His score's a little bit low for no reason, but I think that's just because he's advancing to the next age. Something like that. Maybe he's lost a few stray Hursa. And here we go. Making the move in. Flaming Weapons comes down. No Frost for anyone. And Bub's going to have to get out of here while this Flaming Weapons is coming. We're going to lose a lot of these villages. Forest Fire forced out for Bub's. Going to hit some of these Hursa, but it really doesn't do that much damage. You have to do it on the right point to get the maximum amount of damage. Turning around right now, going to try and hit this one. We see another Forest Fire coming in for Bub's. Going to try and fight this one, but the Hursa are too far away. Happy to fight this one in the Flaming Weapons, and it's going to see some really big myth unit spawns here. Another Valkyrie coming out. There is only two Hursa. Well, it looks like two Hursa for Bubs, and Bubs getting pushed back yet again. Skadi just going absolutely crazy right now. Moving on over to the gold miners of Bubs, going to be hitting those. Lots of super low HP Hursa here, but they've still got that 17.6 damage right now. We've got Tornasol over here trying to hit Mariano. He's actually doing a lot of damage, but most of this is in Terma, and most of Mariano's army over here is going to be Mermillo, so he's going to be totally fine to defend against this, or at least he may be totally fine. You never know with these Terma. Sometimes they can do a lot of damage. Meanwhile, we've got Shelty over here getting chased down by Glycine, getting a little bit hurt, but he's making a move in. Still has the Frost available for any sort of Flaming Weapons that comes in for Glycine. And now Skadi, finally, Flaming Weapons is over, getting pushed back. But how many villages did Bubs lose? The score differential between Bubs and Skadi is ginormous. But he does have his third town center up. He does have this hunt over here to gather. He's got his own Frost to play with for the time being, so he's going to have to play some catch up here. It's going to be difficult for him though. We'll see what happens. He's got Battle Ball incoming, or okay, he's got Tier incoming, which means Thimble, Winter, and Fenris Wolves. With Pandora's Box, these Thimble Wolves are going to come out so fast. We check out Skadi's favor right now. He's got 100 favor. Meanwhile, Shelty sitting in the base of Glycine, trying to force out something. Looks like the Hursa can come in, try and surround, but Tier coming in for Glycine as well. He wants to get the surround on this. Flaming Weapons, Thimble Winter, and then surround this, and he's going to be in a really good position if he can sort that out correctly. We'll see if he can. Looks like the army of Shelty going after Glycine's town center right now. He's going to be on it, but I think it's going to be... Oh, don't attack just yet. You have to wait, because he can Frost and then go for it, and it's going to be totally fine. We'll see what he chooses to do. He's going for it. He lost a Hursa. Battle board did spawn. We do see a couple of Battle Ball hitting this town center, but Frost Giant, well, one Frost Giant is here. You need a couple more in order to deal with this. We've got a couple of Ursa coming in. I'm going to try and pick off this Ursa or this Battle Ball. Does get another Frost Breath over here, and that's going to be huge. The army of Shelty sitting here. Tyr coming in, Flaming Weapons coming in, and Fimbul Winter coming in. The Ursa, nice dodge there. Oh, they're not quite dodging well enough. And the Flaming Weapons is in. He needs to get this as a nice fight. Otherwise, this army will completely melt the Loki army as he's trying to retreat. He has 20 seconds to retreat until he can use Frost right now. Also, the Fimbul Winter spawn. Very, very lucky for Shelty to get no Fenris Wolves spawned in here. And wait, sorry, they're spawning on Shelty. I'm so silly. Anyways, the army coming in, gonna be hitting this, and he will be able to clean up the majority of this, get a lot of favor from this, and then start spamming them Fenris Wolves. But Skadi casts his own Fenris Wolf. Shelty has Ragnarok right now, so that's going to be huge. And then the Fimbul Winter coming in for Skadi. Still gets to use some more of that Flaming Weapons to pick off all of these Fenris Wolves. Is that what they call it? They're just called wolves. Fimbul Winter Wolves. And everyone else feeling the pain, especially Barbs. And look at the amount of damage these wolves do to a town center that is not defended by anything. But you can just drop a villager out and have them chase the villager, and it's totally fine. And here we go. Skadi's town center under a little bit of threat here, as he doesn't have too much out. Trying to spam out those Fenris wolves from one temple is a little bit slow as he's trying to chase Bubs around. But Bubs got the heavy Ulfsark right now. He's got a longboat out as well, just to be a little bit of a pain. That's very, very good. And now the trade routes are all starting up. Action over here is where it's at. Tornasol playing really good considering he was so far behind on the second town center. I guess going for the early third town center did a lot. Bub's going to be casting his Frost over here. He hits Skadi, he hits Tornasol, and he will be able to get his own town center up if he wants it. He should be able to get that one up, no problem. Ragnarok coming in though for Shelty. Big power spike. 296 population Ragnarok as the Mountain Giants coming in, as the Fenris Wolves coming in, as the Einherjar here. This town center is going to be going down, and the question is going to be, can Glycine defend against this? He needs to be making throwing axemen, he needs to be making towers, and he needs to really sit in his base with some walls set up and all the other good things. Otherwise, Shelty is just going to completely walk on all over. And look at these Heroes of Ragnarok just do so much damage. You need to get a choke point set up. Lots of longhouses coming down, masons coming out, all the good things for Glycines. We'll see if he can hold on over there. And meanwhile, this town center not quite going up. Shelty does cast his own Frost in order to prevent this one. Tornasol going to be doing a lot of damage with those heavy Arcus, which can really pick off the units of everything else with an exceptional range. And Skadi going to start building up all of his units yet again. He has fallen a little bit further behind than he was at, but the Fenris Wolves are starting to get scary. 4 Fenris Wolves are out. He needs to get 6 to make them scary. So we'll see if he can get them out or not. Meanwhile, Shelty just goes, you know what? I don't really care for attacking Glycine here, who's got all the buildings set up. I'm just going to go for Mariano, because he's got nothing in here. He's got no fortified town centers. He's got masons. Fortified town centers is on the way, but it probably will get there in time. Bubs does get to the Mythic Age through Balder, though, so he will be able to utilize his own Ragnarok to help out, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to. 142 pop, a lot of resources in the bank. Town center going down for Mariano. Ragnarok does get utilized here by Bubs, so see if he can move over and help pick off Shelty's Ragnarok or not. But the town centers will be falling very, very fast for the Kronos player here. And that means that Skadi gets his own town center up, and he's going to start setting up for a push onto Bubs' town center. So see where he goes. The Fenris Wolves are completely useless now against these heroes. They're way too strong. Look at them picking them off. And the speed of these Fenris Wolves are only 4.0. They get extra speed if they're in a pack, but it's not that big of a deal. And now we see Bubs coming over here. He's got decent upgrades. Shelty's got great upgrades. 2 bronze upgrades is all you need against mostly Norse. You see them starting to fight here. Bub's going straight for it. Does he have the... he's got Huntress Axe, which is huge. Extra 20% damage for those heavy throwing axemen is gigantic. You can compare that to any other unique upgrade that units get, where it's normally 10%, but I guess the heavy throwing axemen have less base damage, so they need the extra 20%. We do see Glycine going for his own town center while this is all going on. And Mariano is hurting quite significantly. So long as he can get his town centers back, keep his citizen alive, he should be okay here. The question is going to be, can Matrius, can Bubs here defend against Skadi and Tornasol pushing onto him with this Ragnarok? And can he restart his economy or not? He's only got so many farms. He's only got 6 farms. That's not good. That's not good. You want to have your farms set up before you rag if you plan on economizing, but he had to use it because of Shelty's rag, who's already got all these farms set up and he's starting to get the economy coming back in. 111 population, probably can feed him some resources, some food to get that going a bit faster. And we do see Glycine now able to push Skadi back a little bit. Sorry, Shelty back a little bit. Everyone has S names. Stop it. So this unit's gonna get out of here. No, there's no real way out of this location here. The throwing axemen are gigantic. Champion throwing axemen here. Gonna be pushing these heroes back, and with the fire giant in the back, you just need to focus down that fat fire giant there. He's gonna do a lot of damage here if you don't click on him. He does, yeah, he does a lot. But all these purple units will be falling, and while that's happening, Mariano uses a deconstruct onto Tornasol's palace, but that's just going to give him more resources, and he's not going to stop this. We do see Shelter going after the palace as well. And this is looking difficult. Bubs has to get his economy going somehow right now. He can spam out dwarves is one thing that he can do. His upgrades has no plow. He needs plow. We'll see if he grabs it in the next couple of seconds. Not coming in. The army of Shelty eventually going to get out of here. We'll see what happens there. I think he should get out, but it's only like 8 heroes of Ragnarok at this point. Pups does have this town center that he's grabbed though. It's going to get completely cleared out with this army, this Atlantean army. All of those infantry units, the heavy destroyers, all the other things, very, very strong. Oh, but Matrius does have the fire giant coming out. I mean, it is Loki, but he's not building out Ursa. You can't really because of the throwing axeman with Huntress Axe. It's really difficult to pick off these fire giant as a Norse without your own fire giant. So Matrius has got, Bubs has got a little bit of room to stand on here, a little bit of legs to stand on. So let's see if he can manage to do it. Has to retreat a little bit. 5 fire giants here. This is all going to come down to if Mariano can get relevancy here, or if Tornasol can do something, because Shelty's lost his town center, so he hasn't actually been able to boom as well as he'd like to. And Matrius hasn't, but he's been getting attacked pretty heavily through this whole entire process, so it's been really hard for him to get the economy going, but looks like he's managing to do so for the most part. Still no plow though, which is really bad. And also didn't get this relic. I'm so sad. So sad when you see a relic like that not get picked up. But now Glycine he's actually, well, because he wasn't touched at all, getting that 3rd town center, it's actually kind of on him to make the push happen. Make sure you prevent this town center from going up if you can. I don't know if he'll be able to though. He's only sitting at 130 population, not really making units very well. He's making some ballast though, so let's see if that comes into play or not. Skadi making a retreat here. Not able to push into Mariano, who's got all of these Arcus here, which do counter this Norse army really well. There are a couple of Huskar, which can really tank the damage though. You need to have the fire giant over here to help out. And Tornasol going for the base of Bubs. He has the Vortex. So many heavy destroyers here. Also the Hacker Gigantes gonna come in clutch. Trader coming in from Mariano though. Gonna fling those destroyers off for a hot minute, but the town center will fall. And remember, this is a Odin player that's been just ragged, so he's in a really bad place economically. He needs the resources for these town centers. So we'll see if he can get the throwing axeman over here or not. And meanwhile, Skadi going for the front, and Glycine just, well, they have managed to pick off Tornasol's town center while this is all going on. So trading Bubs' base for the middle of the map may be worth. If you can then clean this all up, not lose too many citizens with the Fire Giant, these Hero Hawkers are going to be doing a lot of damage. But the Fire Giants do have 80% Pierce armor, so not the best units to actually pick these off. Kind of better to heroize the Destroyers in this situation because they get huge damage multiplier. So the fact they've only got 7 damage versus the 9 damage. What is the damage multiplier? You get 500% versus... I clicked on the wrong thing. No, I didn't. I can't find it. He doesn't have any hero destroyers, so I can't tell you. I think it's 700%. So it's good. And what did you PM me, Hells? Is it important? Do I need to look at it now? Okay. Village is coming over here. Oh, Bob's out of gold. He actually, oh, there's only 31 gold over here. There's no gold anywhere else for him to get, and his trader out's not very good either. So, oh no, he's got gold in the back of his base. He's totally fine. Totally fine. He just needs to defend this, and it's looking like this is actually going to be this may be actually a bit of a comeback here. If Bobs can hold on to this town center, which is looking like he's able to, this has just turned into a completely even game. If Glycine can grab this town center for himself, which is looking like with all the battle ball coming in, he should be able to. He just needs to somehow pick off these hero archers, and the battle ball are going to do insane work. We've got some ballaster in the back. There are frost giants though, which will clean up these battle balls, so it should be totally fine. So we'll see if Glycine can manage to win this 2v1 here and get this town center. Deconstruction coming down onto another one of those Tornasol palaces there. Another watchtowers coming out for Bubs. We'll see if he can hold here as this is going on. But Skadi and Bubs are at a bit of a standstill. The real question is, can the Chronos compete, being down 2 town centers and not having anything really? He's so behind on tech. Medium Murmillo, heavy Arcus. He's really hurting right now. So we'll see what he can do in the trade route. And we have our classic Matrius markets. No, it wouldn't be a Matrius game without the Matrius markets. We're all a fan of those, right? Have some Herso getting picked off. Getting out of here. The difference in score is so minuscule right now, but it's just the fact that Skadi, Tornasol, and Shelty have got an extra 20 population between them all. That's going to make the difference here. And also, this is this Shelty Odin is only going to get stronger as the game goes on, whereas Mariano, I feel like he's kind of at his peak here. Even once he gets all the champion units, it's going to be difficult for him. He's only sitting in the heroic age though, right? Or is this mythic age? I can never tell. You can tell. Okay, he's only in the heroic age, so he needs to get to the mythic age and probably go for the implode, just to help get this location under wraps. And we don't see that incoming. We've got next to no resources in the bank as well. But Matrius has actually managed to defend this now, so he's going to be able to make... He's actually able to start pushing back into Skadi. The crazy extra damage he gets from Hunter's Axe is really making the difference here. Extra 0.65 or 0.45 damage for all of these throwing actions when it's mainly infantry here. And you get the multiplier out of 170 or 125%. it becomes a big difference. And you can see how effectively Matreus is trading right now. Not only that, he's got Baluster out, so we can start throwing down towers and pushing forward into this. We've got some Fire Siphon coming into this location here. Behemoth trying to go from the town center, but not going to happen. And now the army of Glycine and Mariano are pushing back into Shelty and Tonsol. So this settlement should be able to get up, no problems. And that's going to be back into even standing. And for the first time, or not quite yet, but I was going to say for the first time, it's looking like the score is about to swap here. As this game shifts, we do see a Mountain Giant going after the Baluster, and the Baluster trying to separate a little bit as Matreus is trying to defend here, as Bubs is trying to defend here. Almost going to pick it off. One more Fire Giant throw. Nope, not quite. Looks like the Watchtower will grab that one, and the Baluster will live with 3 HP, but a lot of those Baluster did fall. It is super important as Norse, when you make Baluster, to make walls and always have your Baluster behind walls. There's no point in making Baluster without walls because your opponent can just run at them and kill them. They're so weak, 102 HP, you need to defend them, and if you defend them, they can't kill them. It's very simple. Build walls, save lives. And now we see the Dwarves moving forward for some reason here. It's looking like, oh, Bubs lost his home base again to the Vortex. I completely missed that one as Tornazol was trying to cause some chaos in Bubs' base. That's going to slow down this push here, but with the Fire Giant here, it should be okay. Some hordes and temples going up in the base of Matreus here, and those are going to be devastating if he gets a couple of Myth unit spawns here, because that's going to force out Hersa from Bubs, and we really don't want to see that. It's looking like Mariano's over here to clean this up. Some more throwing axemen here, some more of these. Hersa, the hero of Ragnarok, will see this one. Surprised to see him building temples, to be honest. They take longer to build than longhouses, and you get less versatility out of them. It looks like he wants to build some Venomous Wolves for some reason. I mean, okay, fair enough. Town Center has fallen, though, for Shelty. And also his back Town Center falls as Glycine has hit the water over here with a dock, with a watchtower. And at this point, what do? You can't allow this to happen ever. You need to throw up the walls and really wall up your map. It's vitally important. We now got to see Shelty coming over to defend against this. Otherwise, this is just 4 population here, which prevents this settlement from going up. And with the watchtower over here as well, that's enough to prevent this dock from ever going up as well. And another longboat coming up, and this is going to be a town center down for days. But meanwhile, Skadi sets up into this little water here to prevent the trade happening. Going to be picking off so many of these trading units. Going to have to figure out a way to fix up the trade routes there. Town center coming up for Skadi as well. A Yorman Elver out as well. These things do so much damage. 40 damage a second, and they are absolute tanks with 800 HP. And not only that, but Skadi's ships are going to be able to take down the town center of Glycine. So the water play coming in absolutely clutch. While Bubs is trying to push onto this location here with his Baluster, he has some of those Arcus over here for Mariano trying to prevent this town center for Skadi to go up. And things look a little bit odd right now, because while Glycine has put the pressure onto Shelty, Skadi is putting the pressure onto Glycine. So we'll see if that matters or not. If taking this town center down is going to do anything here. But basically, with these Yorman Elvers, there is nothing you can do to prevent this. But Skadi has spent so much population into this location right now. Compare that to Glycine, who's only spent 8 population to the, what is this? 18 plus 3? 21? 21 population Skadi's spent here. So big difference. So we'll see if Glycine can utilize the extra population space that he's got, and if Bubs can get his town center back. That's going to be vital. So we'll see what happens here. We need to see walls getting thrown up for both players to prevent this kind of shenanigans. One thing you can do to clear this up, or the only thing you can do to clear this up, is to send an excessive amount of population over here with Fire Siphon or Destroyers to clean this all up. We do see a dock has managed to get up for Shelty, but even if he gets out hammer ships, they will basically instantly die to watchtowers because they do 500% damage versus ships. 500%. And an absolutely insane amount. It's like 120 damage per second onto the ships or something like that with the arrows, but one does miss. You can see it just dies. It just dies. It's got like 3 hits off onto the dock. Absolutely insane. Meanwhile, Skadi's setting up over here. Going to be hitting Matrius's town center as well, just sending 1 Ursa in here. Then setting up 3 docks, building the towers up, and we'll see some docks coming up. He may be able to get Yorman Elves up. That is one way to defend this water here. We'll see what happens there. All of Skadi's population is getting sat, though, in this location. And meanwhile, Matrius has managed to take down the town center of Skadi. So while he's losing town centers, he's gaining them in the center of the map. And he's also got this huge side build set up. And he's going to be making a sort of... Well, he doesn't even have to make a push. He's just got the buildings here. And he can make them move through the middle of the map. So, going to be losing this dock, 100%, not this dock, going to be losing this town center 100% of the time. Every time. We'll see what he does choose to build out of this dock. Hopefully he doesn't go full hammer ships and does have some favor in the bank. He has a little bit of favor, but no wood, no food in order to get a Yorman Elver out here. And Skadi going to have to delete some of these boats, which he has done. And the Glycine Ballista coming in. Can actually pick off a lot of this stuff here. It's a slow process. And now Tornasol sending its Fire Siphon in. This should be able to pick this off. So long as there's not too many units here. He needs to move it in though. He can move it in and pick these boats off. Random villagers gathering here. Absolutely insane. And the hill fort does get picked off. And Bubs is still moving forward. Did manage to get up a watchtower, but you know it's just too little too late at this point. He's trying to build out Pentacontas, but as we said, 500% extra damage from these watchtowers. Tornasol going for the Titan Age though. So it's a bit of a desperado play. Wouldn't be surprised to see like a wonder get thrown down like right here or something. Vortex from Mariano coming in onto the trade route of Tornasol. I don't know if this is a good idea. He doesn't have that much resources at all. So if he can deal with it, it's going to be good. He's coming in to help defend against this little thing here. You can still do that damage. Boom, 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 dead. Insane. And now the Arcus can be sieging away at these Ulfsark here. They are champion Ulfsark, but Shelty only on 2 town centers doesn't have a lot to really do here. Yeah, I got the Pentacontra out, and the same issue that Shelty is having, Bubs is going to have right now. And now we've got Yorman Elvers also coming out, which is even more devastating. Meanwhile, while this is going on, he could be going for this town center to get it back up. But he just wants to keep pushing forward. He has 3 town centers. Skadi only has 2, so totally fine for him. And basically what's happening here is these docks are just preventing town centers. So what's happening is we've got 1. Skadi's preventing 2 town centers, and Glycine's preventing 1. So it's a little bit in the favor of Skadi, but Skadi is down a town center. So it's effectively even population right now, funnily enough, even with all of this stuff. But, yep, a classic. I just don't know with this game. Surely this is 37 minutes in. It's time we build a Titan Gate, we build a Wonder. But Glycine already here. He's got 3 Ulfsark. What's 3 Ulfsark gonna do? It's got too much HP. Oh, he gets the Vortex. That's what 3 Ulfsark do. They come in, gonna be picking off this Titan Gate. The walls were up, the towers were trying to get up, and the Titan Gate is down. And not only that, it's not over for Tornasol just yet. His town center is going down, and there's nothing that he can do about it right now. Absolutely insane. And he's probably going to be able to move over and pick off the other town center because Tornasol is completely out of position right now. Has no vortexes left for himself. And this is such a good play by Mariano, who, coming from the depths of doom right there with his Coronas from the start of the game, has managed to claw his way back into this game, back into relevancy. We'll see what he can do here with that. And now we've got the Fire Giants of Bubs coming in, pushing forward, and Skadi has got no response to this. Fire Giant, Ballista, throwing Axeman. Bubs' army is just so incredibly strong right here. I mean, he can dodge the arrows with the Ursa, or the axes, I should say, with the Ursa for a little bit. Skadi setting up even more docks. This one can actually take another town center for Glycine, though. We'll see if he goes for that. And he can also take Mariano's town center, but it's even more of a kind of pond that he has to deal with. So we'll see if that's what he goes for. A little bit, he's got so much population to spend here. And then we have a palace coming up. Ballista coming in, they take down the ships fairly fast, but the ships will take them down as well. Not as quick, but they will get them. So we'll see who wins this fight here, as Mariano getting his town center over here. Another vortex coming in for Mariano onto Skadi. Going to be taking down the town center of Skadi, no problems here, as he's losing all of his population to Fire Giants while he's trying to just set up the siege ships. And you see Mariano throwing up his own dock because he's seen the docks coming up for Skadi. That's the way you need to get there, as it's happening, not after. And Skadi does tap out after that attack. Tornasol and Shelty shortly following behind. GG. What an incredible game. Super well played by everyone. Skadi, Shelty, and Tornasol looked like they were so far ahead at a point there, but really clutch defense from Matrius and some nice dock placement over here, taking down town centers and all the other good things. Just super well played by Glycine, Bubs, Mariano to never give up, never surrender, and get that win in the end. Whoa. Happy days. All right. We'll probably get another game going real soon, so thanks for hanging out, and we'll make that stuff happen.